My character's named Dylan Moore. I'm the leader of the group that you find yourself following in the movie, and it doesn't start off the movie as the leader. A series of things happen, and he finds himself in command and has to sort of find his legs and make decisions on the fly, and it's challenging. And you learn through some of the interviews that he's had some leadership positions before, and he has a history, and he's a guy whose whole family service is his, it's in his blood. His father, his grandfather, his brothers, everybody served. There's those great American families that have that tradition. And we all owe him a tremendous amount because there's so many of us and so very few of them. And he's one of those families. And you get the sense that, he sacrificed a lot for the service. He sacrificed his own family and made his men his brothers, and in some ways his sons are his family. The men he fights with are his family because he sacrificed having a relationship or kids back home.
Sam Grady is very earnest, always wants to do the right thing. I think he believes in people. I think he sees the best in people, regardless of how they might treat him. I think he suffers a little bit from the stuff that he had dealt with of not having his father when he was growing up and everything. I think that is kind of one of the big events in his life of how he, kind of goes through and navigates the rest of his life.
My character is, I think he's like he's like the fun one. I think he's the kind of the funny guy on the surface, and then as you get more into the movie, you see that he's not just like a typical bro, like he sort of appears to be, and that he's sort of a deeper guy, and he has a family and a personal life that's really meaningful to him, and I think that's a nice reveal in the movie, that he's not just like a typical guy in an army movie.
So Lenny Mills is an interesting guy. He is Southern, but he doesn't fit into the mold of what a Southern man is. I think he feels like he doesn't really fit into the world he came from. He grew up on a farm. He's a big, kind of a brute of a guy, and but actually kind of a gentle soul. And I think he's misinterpreted a lot because of that.
So Monty, Julian Montgomery, Monty, who I play, is a no-nonsense kind of guy, but he has a big heart. We kind of have to pull back the layers to really find out truly who he is. And then it's a nice little part in the movie where we find out, the true colors of Monty, because he doesn't really reveal too much in the beginning.
I think the biggest surprise out of casting came for the part of Lenny. I think that that character, Damien had written it for a specific type of person, and one actor came in, and he came in for another part that was completely not his type. I don't know why he was there. I don't know how that happened, but we saw him sitting in the waiting area, and we're like, well, "What are you here for?" And he's like, "I'm here to read for one of the Taliban." And it's like, well, this guy had red hair. He was like some white guy.
And I showed up to read, and he was like, "This is not gonna work."
So we're like, obviously a mistake has been made, but we're like, all right, we feel bad. Why don't you come in and read for one of the other parts?
But you know what? Can you do a Southern accent? I was like, I went to college in the South. I, spent a lot of years in the South. I knew this guy.
And we gave him the script right there in the waiting room, and he had like 10 minutes to read it. And he came in, and we're like, oh, wow. Okay, well, this guy's actually, he's the character. He's Lenny.
In the casting process, you never know who you're going to get, the chemistry is going to be like together. It really was, I think, lightning in a bottle to get this group of people together, because there's genuine camaraderie. And even a couple of the guys that aren't even here, we've kept up with each other through the years. We haven't worked with each other, in some cases really seen each other since, but there was genuine fondness and camaraderie.